Hi, I'm Jake. We're a little bit pressed for time as we got to get downhill, but Edion is going to film me while I'm talking about the rest of the house. I just came down from underneath, and why don't you come this way so I can talk to you? I mean, stand over there.
Oh,
Okay, so I'm going to be typing on my computer as we go here. Right now, I'm talking about the plumbing system. Your main plumbing valve is leaking, and you need to get that repaired. Installation of a UV system may be desired so that you can actually start drinking the water from the tank. Your water catchment system, I'm sending you a link right now. It's in the report. Click and paste in your thing, download it. It's a PDF file talking about water catchment systems in Hawaii. You need to tighten the cover. You need to install an overflow. Let's see. In the water. Install an overflow siphon of the same size as your fill line. Fill line, so that you remove, so the water coming in equals the water going out. Right now you have a smaller outlet than you do an inlet, so you can overrun your system, and then it will start going down the sides of the tank. You don't want that. You want to have the water go in and out at the same time. Now I'm blinded by the light. Keep up with your rust maintenance. The less rust you have on your metal, the longer your thing's going to last. And then always, please go to download that PDF file that I'm sending you. The water heater is an electric size. It's 40 gallons. It's in the crawl space. The condition of it is actually unknown at this point because when I arrived, the unit was off, and then when I finally turned it on, and I waited about an hour, and it still wasn't producing electricity. And then I went underneath to check it out and said, "Hey, what's going on down here?" And I had to push the reset button on the unit itself. The reset button may have turned off because of a leak that's taking place in the plumbing line above the unit, so it may have cut itself off electrically for some reason.
Is this the leak that you spoke about at the beginning of the report just now?
New,
Okay.
different leak.
Okay.
So I turned that on, then I heard it working. Hopefully we'll get some hot water out of here. I'm gonna check it after
Yeah, leaves.
yeah, after you're gone, yeah. So again, looking into the light and I'm blinded.
Is it my light?
Yeah, but that's okay. There's nothing you can do. Just I'll just avoid looking at you. I'll play vampire. Let's see. I'm gonna mark that with a bing, bing. Solar. Go solar. There's no reason not to go solar. Everybody should have solar hot water systems. Not necessarily PV, but hot water. It's too easy to pass up, and it's so simple to do. We do not have a second water heater system. Your fuel system is just a couple of portable tanks. They look to be all right. See if they're going to stay with the house. The gas lines, unfortunately, oh no, I did run that. I had an issue before, but now it's fine. Gas lines I didn't see a problem with. Central vacuum, we don't have. Supply lines are copper. We have some minor leaking at a few spots. Plus, when I arrived, the pressure to the house was off. When you have a copper plumbing system inside of the house, because you have acidic water, it actually will deteriorate the pipes from the inside, causing pinhole leaks later on. These pinhole leaks are literally those pinholes, small leaks that just cause little drips. Without the house being pressurized, I'm unable to tell if you have pinhole leaks at this time. What I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the house pressurized, and are they gonna be on island at all?
No.
No.
Uh-uh.
Damn it, I'm leaving. You may want to grab somebody up in about 4 days from now and just come in and start looking at the copper underneath. I'm going to leave it pressurized. I'm going to leave the pump on, and then we'll see what happens. But you need to keep pressure in the system in order to find the leaks. I did find one already. That means there's probably going to be more.
In a
If
pinhole
not
leak.
now, in the future. Yeah, pinhole
Okay.
leaks. The good news is we're not seeing a whole lot of damage from those. So those are what needs to happen. Now I need to write it down. Leaks noted. Leaks noted. Water main valve, and above water heater. And those need to get repaired because one, it's leaking on top of your water heater, which is an electrical device, which is not doing the water heater any good at all. Call a plumber. And then I'm going to put this little note about pinhole leaks. Blah, 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 yada, yada, skittle. Put a flag on that. I'll come back to that later. Waistlines are plastic, and they are not leaking. And the vents for the house are operating all right. The wastewater removal system is a cesspool. I didn't see anything wrong with it. It is underground, and I can't see it really. But you can look for little clues and stuff. Like you'll be hearing stuff, or there'll be depressions, or there'll be things that happen to it. This is, I believe, it is out here in the back. Wait here, I'm going to take a picture.
Meanwhile, while we're waiting for Jake, I know you haven't seen the house yet, so this is there he's coming back.
Okay. So I just took a picture of where I think the cesspool is. I'm not exactly sure. The crawl space, access underneath, you have a crawl space, is full access underneath it. The foundation are piers. Overall, the piers underneath the home are in good shape. I'm not worried about them. The piers that are supporting the lanai, which technically also supports the exterior portion of your home, are cracked. And they're cracked because water is getting onto them. The metal, which is inside of the piers, is rusting. And when metal rusts, it expands up to 13 times its diameter. And so they're cracking. And Leon wanted to go take some photos of that. I took photos of it, and they're going to be in the report. But they're snapping out. Now, granted, there's not a whole lot of weight on the exterior piers, so I'm not too funky worried about them. But you may want to eventually do something about that. And I actually took those, I'm not adding those into the actual foundation of the house, because the house foundation itself looks to be decent, and I'm not worried about it. The exterior could be better, but again, I'm not worried about it because there's a whole bunch of, or there's not a whole bunch of weight on it. So, fix it if you can. Posts and beams look to be good. The floor structure is okay, with the exception of the areas below the toilets. The wood, the subflooring underneath those areas is rotted out. What they did is they put hardy backer over the top of it, but they really didn't replace the wood material. Now, hardy backer, granted, is a fairly stiff material. However, it is not. It's not a subfloor, is what it is. It's not a subfloor. So, unfortunately, to fix this, you need to pull up the tiles. and remove the hardy backer and replace the wood material, and then put whatever finish you want on top of it after that. You can continue to use it. I don't think you're going to fall through the floor or anything, but you can continue to use it as it is, because the tiles also add some stiffness to it. But be known that the subfloor underneath there is a no-go. And
Is it only on the,
it's the toilets.
both bedrooms?
Both toilets, yeah. So both of those are. No insulation with Hawaii, that's cool. No vapor barrier in Hawaii, that's also cool. Ventilation is good underneath there. Moisture conditions. You got a little water flowing underneath there, but not really an issue. Fix your gutter, you'll stop a lot of water. Fix your leak at the pipe, you'll also stop a lot of water. But essentially, you got rock underneath you. Not too much to worry about.
Will it be, since we're not doing this report but like we normally do, I be able to know which pipe it is that you said it's leaking out there?
It's the main.
The main one?
The main one, the valve.
Under the house?
Yeah, your main water shutoff,
Okay.
right there. It's right there.
Okay.
So leaks in gutters.
Because I think she said the father was going to live in this house and he's handy and can do repairs, because these all sound like pretty much, minor, getting rid of the leaks and eventually replacing just those outside post and piers, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Other observations? No. Okay. Say that. All right, here we go with the rest of the house. Right here in the kitchen area, we have two light switches. So you got some funky electrical going on here. The electrician who did the house originally did it fine. Somebody came back afterwards and they made some changes and stuff. Now, the house isn't going to burn down, but it's definitely things which technically are incorrect, and safety-wise, they really should be upgraded or adhered to. So these two light switches operate a light to the outside. This turns it on here, and this turns it on here.
I just saw them go on.
Yeah, you're not supposed to do that. Don't do that. GFCI protection is good here. This GFCI is damp, is not responding and needs to be replaced. Over here, these two outlets over the countertops do not have GFCI protection. When the house was built, that was normal. I would suggest that you do it now. Range hood is operational. Range is operational. Let's see if it does it this time. Wrong one. The back one's not doing it this time, and the inside of this is rusting away. The refrigerator was off at the time of inspection, and then we're going to be real quick about this and we'll get the roaches. There they are, the roaches. So, personally, I would relegate it to a beer fridge. That's me. You could probably clean it up. You also have some damage to the gaskets just because they got old and worn. Fix your light fixtures where you want to. Some light fixtures have been, or some fixtures have been removed. That up there has been removed. This outlet over here has been removed. Watch out for the speed bump down below. That's a good 1.5 inches of speed bump. It could be fun if you had kids and call them to the kitchen for ice cream. Closet doors are missing. Cosmetic damage noted to floors, ceilings, walls, pick. These two lights I can't get to come on. Some switches here marked with blue tape. I've turned them on. I don't know what they do.
Well, we don't know if it could also be burnt out bulbs.
Yeah, more than likely, just try it out first. But also, somebody has also rigged some wiring up there. Inside of this house, there are no 50 amp breakers whatsoever. Yet there is 15 amp wire up there. Technically, it's just running lights and whatnot, and it's not a real super hazard, but it's technically incorrect and should not have been done. The whole house is 20 amps, or the whole house is wired with 20 amp breakers, and it should have had all 20 amp or 12 gauge wires throughout the house with no 15 amp wire, or 15 gauge, 14 gauge, too many numbers. Things like windows. I don't know if you can come take a look at this a little closer. Your windows have fallen out of gaskets at a lot of places. I don't know if you can see the glass flexing and moving. That's because it's not in it. Can you see
Okay,
that?
and that's pretty common with that type of window though,
Yeah.
right? Because you say that at a lot of houses.
Yeah,
that-
and that's-
because people open it the wrong way.
People open it from here. You need to open it from down here. When you
Okay.
want it, because this stuff flexes, and when it flexes, then you
Right.
pull the gasket out, and when it gets out of the gasket, it won't go right back in.
Okay.
So you got to pull from right here. There's also areas where we have damaged frames and stuff. They're old aluminum windows. Fix them, improve them as you can. That was for up there. That was for over there. Wall damage at various spots. It looks like somebody did some wrestling. This is actually a caved in piece right here. There's some rusting wall damage there. Here's another switch that I don't know what it does. Coming down the hallway here. This is a 50 amp breaker right here for the family room. Unless you're running maybe a welder in the family room, that would be good. But you're not, nor do you have any 50 amp wiring over in that point. So it's overfused, and that needs to be corrected. That needs to be put back down to a 20 amp breaker. And I don't know why it was done this way. I really do recommend that you get an electrician to come in that house and start looking at some of these things and making repairs and as they see fit. It's not just what I've found, but they need to look. Somebody came in and they did some wiring and stuff. Here in this GFCI in this bathroom is run off the one in the master. So if this is not on, go check the master first. That's your main throw. The little bit of leaking took place right here at the hot water valve. A lot of that could be attributed to just lack of use, but eventually you may need to replace the valve or the washers there. No stopper, toilet's operational. Come on in here, I want to show you. See this green right here? This is corrosion from the inside of the pipes. This is when the acidic water is eroding the inside of your pipes there. And that's what happens. So you get this green staining, which is taken all over the place. We also have multiple areas of damage in this tub. It holds water, so you can still.
Is that what those blue up on the top is? That's where the damage is?
That's one there. There's two there. There's one there. There's scratches here and all this other stuff.
Is that what they are? Are they scratches or are they holes?
Both.
Both. And any holes where it holds water, or where are the holes at? Because you wouldn't want the holes in the tub.
They're in the tub.
So when you
They've
take a
been
bath, they'll
patched.
leak?
There's been patched.
Oh, they've been patched. Okay, so there's no water coming out, but the patch is going to eventually get weak.
It's not a pretty patch.
Okay, not pretty, but it's right now. It's holding the water.
It
in.
holds the water at
Okay,
this time.
all right. That was the question.
Yeah. I think someone got slammed up against the wall right here because there's two cracks right in between two joists. So I think they hit it just right and they cracked it right down that way.
But they plastered it, yeah.
No, they did nothing.
Oh, okay. That's my old eyes.
A little bit
Okay.
of wall damage over in here. Screws. More screw pops right here. This was a switch this was a switch which was supposed to operate, and a light up in here. They took it out, and that's for all the closets. So I'm not going to mention any more of that. Cosmetic damage up on through here. Again, the window's been popped out. This outlet right here marked with red tape is loose.
Good sized bedrooms though, aren't they?
Yes, they are. This here, this cover is damaged and needs to be repaired. What did I have to grab here? Whoa, whoa, cockroach! Junk, just junky.
Oh, he's talking about the door there,
Yeah.
Serena.